Hello everyone, in today's video we are again going to see about the subject company law, in which we have already chosen the topic kinds of share. In kinds of share there are shares which have been listed below, like ordinary share, preference share, cumulative preference share, non-cumulative preference share, redeemable share, convertible share, deferred shares, paid up share capital, authorized share capital, bonus shares. In today's topic we are going to see cumulative preference share and non-cumulative preference share. Cumulative preference share are specific type of preferred shares which any unpaid dividend accumulated and must be paid out before any dividend can be paid to ordinary shareholders. If the company is unable to pay dividend in a particular year, the unpaid dividends on cumulative preference shares carry forward to subsequent year until they are fully paid out. These features provide additional security to preference shareholders, ensuring that they eventually receive their dividends even if the company expires temporary financial difficulties. The next topic is non-cumulative preference share. Non-cumulative preference shares, unlike cumulative preference shares, do not accumulate unpaid dividends. If the company is unable to pay dividend in a particular year, the unpaid dividends on non-cumulative preference shares do not carry forward to subsequent year. Instead, the right to receive dividend is forfeited for that year. The ordinary shareholders may receive dividend if declared. Non-cumulative preference shares typically offer higher dividend or other benefits compared to cumulative preference shares, but they lack the securities of having unpaid dividend carried forward in case of financial securities. Okay, so both are different from one another. The next one is redeemable preference share. Redeemable preference share. In company law, shares that our company can repurchase or redeem from shareholders at a future date, usually at a predetermined price. These terms of pre-redemptions are typically set out of companies' articles of association or in separate redemption agreement. Redeemable shares provide companies with flexibility in managing their capital structure by allowing them to adjust their capital without the need for a new insurance or stake buyers program. However, there are often legal requirements and restrictions on redemption of shares, including the need for sufficient distribution, profits and shareholders approval. Okay, but a redeemable share is like something which we have given and we can be reclaim that shares at a particular date or predetermined price. So convertible shares. Convertible shares in a company are a type of shares that can be convertible into other classes of shares. Other classes of shares like preference shares, equity shares. Okay, எதுவா வேணாலும் அவங்க வந்து கன்வெர்ட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். Usually, ordinary shares at a point of time of shareholders or according to predetermined condition. This conversion typically happens at a predetermined ratio or price. Convertible shares provide flexibility to investors and can be used as a way to attract investment, especially in startup or companies with uncertain future prospects. They offer the potential for investors to benefit from future growth in the company while providing the company with immediate capital. So in the convertible shares holders எல்லாருமே வந்து அவங்களுக்கு எந்த விதமான ஷேர்ஸ் வேணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு அட் அ பர்டிகுலர் ஆஃப் டைம் அவங்க வந்து அந்த ஷேர்ஸை வந்து என்ன பண்ணலான்னா ட்ரான்ஸ்ஃபர் பண்ணிக்கலாம். தே கேன் ட்ரான்ஸ்ஃபர் த கிளாஸஸ் ஆஃப் ஷேர் ஃப்ரம் equity shares to preference shares to redeemable shares, எதுவாக வேணாலும் மாற்றிக்கலாம். ஓகே, the next one is deferred share. In company law, deferred shares are a class of shares that typically have limited or no right to receive dividends until certain conditions are met, such as payment of dividends on other classes of shares or the occurrence of specific event. These shares usually have lower priority in terms of receiving dividends compared to other classes of shares. Deferred shares are often used to employees or funders of a company as a form of compensation or incentives. They may also used in restructuring of financial arrangements. அதாவது deferred shares வந்து it's most probably is given to the founders or the employees of the company as a form of compensation. உங்களுக்கு ஒரு ஏதாவது ஒரு salary கொடுக்கலனா அதுக்கு பதிலாக compensation ஆவோ இல்லை உங்களுக்கு கொடுக்க வேண்டிய incentives உங்களுக்கு கொடுக்கலனா அதுக்கு பதிலாக இந்த ஷேர்ஸை வந்து as a employee or a founders of the companyக்கு கொடுக்குற மாதிரி. ஓகேவா? So thanks for listening. See you all in the next video. Thank you.